them, but I'm Generation X. I'm going to call it as I see it or feel it. I can usually pick out trans better than I can gays because their energy is completely different. They've completely morphed into a totally different being. That energy is different. So does that mean that sexual assault, if I was to be a boy, change transgender into a male, and say hypothetically Clay was gay, the me now, that motherfucker would have never laid a hand on me. Never. I would have killed him. I would have. And even if I was straight right now and he came to my door, he doesn't have that authority over my life anymore. That is fucking called healing. Being able to talk, getting to that point, and it's not easy. It took 34 years, and I only spent about 6 straight years on and off. 4 good years, 4 really good years. High school changed a lot. I left junior and senior year, and then he was a year ahead of me, so he was like off at community college. We were both obsessive. We were both compulsive. He lied like a motherfucker. Like, he was living a double life I didn't even know about. But I made excuses for the assault because I thought maybe this is the best for me. Thank God for a pause button. Earlier I was live on the iHeartRadio show, and I don't get to hit pause. I can, and I can walk away and the other people keep talking. But been a very, very busy Monday, and so bittersweet, right? Like, so let me finish what I was talking about. So, parents, women, men, children, sexual assault and sexual abuse and rape and molestation. I'm going to throw that out there because it happens more often than you know. It's about as equally as often as you having a gay child. If you have, for example, I'll take my kids. If I have 3 kids, which I do, the chances of one of them being gay and or sexually assaulted, raped, or molested in their lives is severely high. Which is why I keep them securely secluded. I have GPS trackers. Parents, you should download the app Life, as in life and death, Life 360. Swear by it. Even if something, God forbid, happens to your child, the phone gets turned off, the police can still find the phone through the app. Even when it's off. You can't, but the police can. But getting back to why I'm so protective and all of this stuff goes back to pulling up to that house. All those years of being quote unquote happily married. And no, I don't love my husband the same way I love Clay. I've never loved anyone like that again. I don't want to. Well, I changed right now in this conversation. No. But I am at a place in my life where I am finally putting myself on dating apps, and I am going out by myself to gay places. I am opening the doors to new people, and I want to experience true love again without all the hate and anger. Am I saying that I want rainbows and unicorns every day? No, because I'm a hot, spicy chick that likes to do crazy shit. And aggression is just a part of life. Being angry sometimes is a part of life. Road rage is a big part of life. Like, these are things that are actual and are going to continue to happen. If you don't start recognizing the bad behavior in your relationships now, they turn out to be your weapons of war against people that did you no wrong. I'm going to say that again because it's pretty fucking awesome. It's a choice. You can move on and heal, or you can carry that pain and you're gonna use it as swords of war against people that are innocent. I've been doing it for 21 years. And the sad part is, when Clay called, I was still unpacking the boxes from the condo, and Maddie was setting her room up. She was still an only child. All she knew was happiness and love. All she knew was happiness and love. I never told her about him. Everywhere I moved and every time I changed a phone number, I would put pictures of her with whatever address I was living in at the time because, again, I was homeless. I didn't stay anywhere permanently until I met Paul, and we've been together ever since. And I always let him know. But when me and Paul got married, I stopped communicating via mail. And yes, I know it's a federal offense, but I did not have a stamp. I didn't have envelopes. I stole and wrote hot checks for food. And not just for Maddie. Maddie was pimped out. She was that baby. Like, you could tell she was a gangster's baby. But this gangster didn't just supply for my child. If I was going to fall on the sword for kids in the same situation that I was in and that now my baby was in, I wanted to provide for all. And I did. The first thing I did when we got dropped off in the ghetto and my mom took off with my dad's cousin and my dad went back to prison, I put him in prison. He actually hit Maddie on a crack binge. So I called his parole officer and they came and got him while he was asleep. And we were left with nothing. And this was before Paul. And everybody always asked, well, where's the baby's dad? And I would say, hey, if you find him, let me fucking know. As far as I know, he's kicking it over there, the greenhouse. I'm not going to give his address, but he's in Pasadena. And every time somebody mentioned his name, I had to walk away. Because it was a trigger. It was like a gunshot going off. Gunshots used to scare the fuck out of me. They don't so much anymore. I got over that. I healed. I did not stop the intimate relationship, the intimate part of the relationship. There's a difference between fucking and intimacy. There's a difference. Where Maddie's bio dad really blurred those two. My husband really wanted the whole package. And I sold him the whole package. And he bought it. I told him I was bisexual, so there was that. And I had been with dudes. After having Maddie, I actually became a hoe in Pasadena, and I'm not ashamed to say that. I'm writing about it right now. Actually, it's in this book that's out. I was a hoe. Was a hoe. Dudes, chicks, didn't give a fuck. But I was in control for the first time in my life. And from that moment forward, I remained in control. But power doesn't equal healing, because power is a deference to dealing. So it's a loaded question I've been asked. How do you heal? How do you get to this place where people don't exist in your universe anymore? They're canceled. It takes years, actual fucking years, and actual work. The most work I've done on myself has been by myself. Me and my talk therapist, not that app Talkspace. She's an actual doctor here in Kingwood. Even if I was driving, whatever, I see her virtually, like I see my 420 doctor virtually. All my doctors are virtual. I mean, I'm a person on the move, and we only have one car right now anyway, so virtual kind of works for me. But why do I have a 420 card? Why do I still suffer? The doctors still say I suffer from PTSD. I am always going to suffer from PTSD. To think that I could undo 42 years of my life, and what? By 84, I'm going to be happy? No. No. I am choosing by an opportunity that was offered to me to write a story about my life that's now turning into other opportunities for the world to see on a bigger platform in the form of actors. That's going to be the greatest accomplishment next to making that decision to have my baby. People often ask, because I had a full ride 8-year scholarship, boarding, housing, food allowance, everything. And being a doctor being a neurosurgeon is all I wanted in life. And to travel. And people ask me a lot, especially the ones that read the book, do you regret that decision? No, I don't. I think that my daughter does, though. So I don't use my spiritual abilities on myself or my family. I have my own spiritual guide that I go to, and I'm a clergyman and a, whatever you want to call a high priestess, if you will. I mean, not if you will, I am. I'm very ceremonial. I'm a part of a clan, a very big clan. Those elite people you hear about, they real, just saying. They real. And the reason that people get to be, quote unquote, elitist isn't because of their money, isn't because of their power. It isn't because they didn't have struggles or because they had silver spoons and they had trust funds and they were just born lucky. Let me let you in on a little secret. Nobody is fucking born lucky. Everybody struggles. The people up there, the elitists, let me tell you, they struggle the most. That's why they're full of nonprofit organizations and at the end of the year give all their fucking money away. they have more problems